Hello, welcome to Satisfying Stomach. So we're starting with soft knees, spread feet, finding relaxation in standing. We're going to connect with the seasonal cycle. So we're going to take the arms up and out. So this is a sense of expansive summer. Very much where we are now. Everything's expanded. Some things are even dying back. And then there'll be a turn. And we start a little bit later in the year for the energy to descend through autumn. From autumn, we contract into winter. From winter, we need a strong push upwards. We have the early spring, mid, and then everything starts to grow late spring into summer, coming back up to this late summer, the time for the stomach energy in the traditional Chinese medicine. I'm going to bring the arms now and just create a little cycling in front. I can even turn if that helps here. So the abundance, the fullness, imagining your stomach is comfortably full. And then taking the hands to the pelvis. We'll take our stance a little bit wider. Soften through the knees. And just come to make a circling motion around through both the pelvis and the solar plexus. Cycle of seasons, the digestive cycle. The other way. Easing through your body. Awakening the cell tissues. We're bringing now the hands in front. And we're going to make a kind of twisting, turning, churning movement. So the stomach will mix the food around. It also releases enzymes and digestive juices. So between these and the movement, which can take 40 minutes to many hours to create a fluid called chyme that's then going to be released into the small intestine. So We're stilling the hands. We're having still this sense of contraction here, but we're figure of 8ing. As we come back in this time, we're shifting the body weight and we're finding a star balance. I'm going to bring that back and scoop up the earth, the element for the stomach, and open it to the sky. We're then bringing it into the goddess and taking this to a side bend version. From here, the hands to the fronts of the legs, if possible, a little bit wider. We're going to fold. The hands can stay on the legs. They might even go onto the floor. And just see how far you can release the head, the spine down. And we'll push through the hands. Let them, if they're on the floor, come back to the legs. Draw yourself up. If you've gone quite wide, you might need to come in a little bit. And we're back to this churning kind of movement. Your mixing bowl stomach. Stomach is at the solar plexus on the left-hand side. Well, now take the still hands but move them a figure of 8. So come back in. We're shifting the weight now into that right leg. If we don't want to balance, we keep some toes down, and then we find a star-like balance. We bring that back. We scoop up the earth. We open to the sky. We come into the goddess. We'll take it to the side. Then we have the forward fold. Again, if you want to, you can take the legs a little bit wider. You can keep the hands here on the legs, or they could come to the floor, and you fold further, releasing through the head and spine. And then pushing through the hands, finding your way all the way back up. So, in a parallel position, the stomach meridian. We're starting underneath the eyes, right in the center there, and tapping down to the sides of the mouth. We can come down the sides here of the windpipe, and the food tube, the esophagus, is behind that. When we come down to the collarbones, we're going to come out of it to a level with the nipples. We're going to come down through them. Once we're through them, we're going to come in a little bit. So we're about 3 finger widths away from the navel on each side. So we come down towards the pubis bones. We then come back out Unfortunately, with my leggings, you can see this blue here. So this is basically where we are coming down. We come off the blue a bit. So we're trying to get to the outer edges of the kneecap. We're going to take all that down until we can come across the foot to the outer edge of the second toe. And then we'll tap that all the way back up. And we come in a little bit, either side of the navel, we come back out, nipple level. When we come to the clavicles or collarbones, we come in a bit so we can come up the neck, sides of the mouth, and up to underneath the eyes centrally. Location for the stomach, we are on the left side. So the hand, front and back. Have a sense of it here. So obviously there'll be a side to it too. And then we're turning. You may want to place yourself near a wall for this, or something that's stable. We have a balance that really engages the stomach meridian. So if you have something to support you, like a wall, you can place your hand on it. We're taking the weight into the right leg. We're taking the left and we're bending it. So we might stay here. We might be able to take hold and support it here. Some of you might even be able to take it into the dancer's pose, which comes up to here. If you're in dancers, just bring it back down. And release. So we'll try that on the other side. So the weight's into the left. If you need support, just find something to support you. We are then bending the right. So it might stay there. You might take hold of it. You could even then take the arm right up. Some of you might then want to tip and find your dancer's yoga position. Bring that down. Join the others that are here. Those that might have the arm down. And release. So the stomach meridian and the whole sense of it within the traditional Chinese medicine is through the front of the body. So this is our next flow. We're going to take the right leg. It's coming back. You can either stay with the big toe, maybe another one on the floor, bring the arms up, or you might take that leg off into balance. Then this leg is going to come all the way back. We are finding our happy warrior. So it's warrior two with the arm arched over. You can look ahead, you could look up, you could look over your shoulder. Then the top arm comes down and the other arm comes over. From here, we're going to bring this top arm down and we're going to come into our pyramid. So you might have to hop that back leg in. It's a soft folded pyramid. If you need to bend your legs, bend your legs. If they're comfortable straight, let them be straight. Now the back leg comes down. We find our crescent lunge by bringing the pelvis forward, reaching back. The arms are then coming down. The back toes are curling under. We then return to the pyramid, but we're placing the hands on the shins, lengthening out through the spine and the crown of the head. We're then bending the front leg. The back leg is hopping in. We press both palms down, let the heels lift. Feel that through the front of the body and settle. Again, on the other side. So we're starting with the weight in the right, so we can free the left to come back. It either stays on the floor or with the arm raised, it lifts. We're then bringing this down all the way back. Find your warrior two and then take it into a peaceful warrior. Let's come out of this. Let's take that arm over. And then that's coming down into a folded pyramid. So please adjust legs, arms to suit you. The back knee then comes down. And we come on up. The pelvis, perhaps the front leg moves forwards. And you can arc back. And then the arms are forwards, coming down to support. The back toes curl under, lift that leg. Find your pyramid here, a support via the shin here. We come up, that front leg will need to bend, either slide, hop, draw the leg in. Both feet are flat to begin with. Then we push the palms down, raise the heel, and then slowly bring that back down. Coming to a neutral standing position. And just notice how this feels, how you are in your body compared to when we started. And from here now, we're transitioning onto hands and knees. I will need to just adjust my camera and have a drink, but I'll join you there. If you need any support under the knees, please get that. So the stomach in the solar plexus area, the opposite side to the liver, the liver nudges a little bit over to the stomach side. But we're going to start with rolling the barrel. Doesn't really matter which way you go first. We're taking that solar plexus area round and round. We'll change direction. Round and round. Take a pause. From here, we're going to again connect into the solar plexus with a side bend. We're going to walk the hands round to one side. It doesn't really matter whether it's the right or the left. See what suits your organization with the camera or your internal desire. And then we'll walk that all the way round to the other side. Walk that back centrally. So an option here with, or a couple of options with this next one. We're going to bring the solar plexus forwards towards the hands. So we can all start by just shifting that weight and back. If you have a lot of strength through the arms, the shoulders, and the upper back, you might want to, as you bring that weight there, bend at the elbows and then push back up. With this one, the weight's now going beyond the hands. It's quite dynamic, so you might want to stay with the rocks without the elbow bend. We'll let that settle. Then we're curling the toes under. We have the downward dog. Once you're here, and you feel comfortable, taking the left leg, let it bend. So you can stay there with it. You may want to take it up higher. And some of you may want to open and bend the knee. So it can either be parallel or open. And then gently bring that back down. What we'll do is just come up to kneeling. You will lose part of me. I'm going to shake out the hands from the pressure. Then I'm going to turn to the other side as we do it again. So we have the downward dog. This time it will be the right leg. You can bend it. It might be a little bit. It might come right up there. You might be able to extend it really high. You might want to open. You can see my foot coming there because it's opened. And then gently bring that back. Return down. Shake out. And then we're coming to a flow. So this flow can have quite a bit of movement in it to have this sense of the turning, churning of the stomach organ. We're starting with the hands to the left so that you can bring that right leg through. With this right leg now, you're bringing the hands up, resting them here and rocking forwards and back. On this next one, stay forwards, let the arms come up, and you have the crescent lunge again. You're then going to bring both hands down. I hope you can see mine. So I've come a little bit further back. You might want to have yours nearer your feet. But if I have mine near the feet, you're not going to see them. So your choices here. You can have a rock. We can all start with that. You might be able to bring the left lower arm down, rock. Some of you might be able to bring the other arm down. Whichever one you've chosen, whether the elbows are down, one elbow is down, just see if you can then curl the back toes under. Quite strong. If you're right down like me, then the back knee comes in. We have that lovely reach back that we've been doing over the weeks. Then we're bending that leg. The right arm is coming up. It creates a twist. You can stay here, or you could curl the toes under. You might stay high with the pelvis. You might find you can drop the pelvis, and that rotates the torso more. Then, coming back down, the right leg draws back in, and we circle. Doesn't matter which way you circle, because you're now going to circle, if you want, the other way. So a shake out. Give me time to turn around. So we can do it all on the other side. So the hands this time are to the right so that that left leg can come through. We're coming up then, just relaxing the hands somewhere there. We have a rock forwards and back. Forwards, back. This time as you come forwards, we'll drop the pelvis, open up. And then we draw that back. The hands are coming down. So you might want yours by your level with your feet. I'll just come back a bit so you can begin to see what's happening. So we have a rock here. And this is where you might stay. You know, you could even play with lengthening that leg as you're there. If you want to play with bringing the elbows down, try with the right elbow first. You can still rock. Then, if that's comfy, you could even see if the left one is available. One or two of you may be able to You can rock there if you want. Then take a pause. And wherever you are, just see if you can curl the back toes under and lengthen the legs. You might need to come off the elbows to do that. Then gently bring that down. We're on the hands. We're going to lengthen that leg again. Ooh, come back. So now the left arm reaches up. If you want, the back toes can come under. You can lift up. You could drop the pelvis and rotate. Gently bring that down. We're going to take the left leg here, comes back, and we start to circle. Really doesn't matter which way you're circling the leg, because we'll now reverse and do the other way. From here, we're going to look at the kneeling position, which really embraces the stomach meridian. So you might be kneeling high. So that might be your comfortable one. Some people might be able to come down onto the heels as their kneeling position. And some people might be able to come lower onto the heels. Whichever one you've chosen, lace the fingers. You'll lose mine, and then reach up into the hero. But this really opens the front of the body. It also engages the sides of the body too. And then release. So 2 options here. We'll start with possibly the simplest one. High kneeling again, crossing the arms, doesn't matter which way you cross them. Just decide for yourself whether it's easier for the toes to be flat down or curled under. I think it's a personal choice for this one. And you're just taking the weight back and forth. When you get tired of that, come to hands and knees, then come back up and cross the other way. So this is for people that are very comfortable sitting low on the heels. You may want to try it with the legs a little bit wider. And actually, I'm going to have to come a bit further forwards for this. And you might be able to drop between the 2 knees. And then you can bring your arms up. We can come out of this a little bit deeper. So many of you might still be up in high kneeling onto hands and knees. You could, from here, come back onto the lower arms. Some of you might even be able to rest that down, lace the fingers and find that hero this way. You need to be incredibly flexible in the hips and knees and ankles, as you can imagine, if you're not doing it. If you're low down to come out, you make fists, they come under your lower back. You use them as you curl your body up and you can push yourself. You come back up to there. And then we will come up, join our high kneeling people. And this time we're all just going to curl back, release, curl back, release. So We come on down. We have another flow. This one is more for a sense of the front of the body. We have a high cobra, downward facing dog. We come back, oh, sorry, upward facing dog. We come back now to the downward facing dog. From here, we find that hero again. We're going to open the arms, the hands come down. We're going to take the right leg out, toes forwards. We're coming with the arms, they're coming up and over. So we are 2 arms over that leg. You can't really see very easily. I apologize for that. I'll just take it round a bit so you can see. So basically I'm going over like that. And then we come down. We curl the back toes under. We have that rock back. We come back. We are taking the left arm. It's coming through. And we come back out. So I'm going to stay in this direction, but I'm actually going to come over to this mat. Hopefully you'll see the leg organization a bit better this time. So from here we have this high cobra. If you want the upward facing dog, we lift up the knees and come back. We're taking this into the downward facing dog. They come down, the knees. We take the arms up into, you're going to lose mine, but you've got the hero here. And back. This time, we're taking the left leg out, so you'll see it this time. Toes are faced forwards. We're going to take our weight up. So both arms are kind of circling. They come over the head and then arc over. And then going to come back down. The back toes curl under. We have that extended leg lunge. We bring that back and then we scoop under for a twisted jump. And then we find our way out of this and come to a comfortable sitting position. So we're going to bring the hands, fingers to the front, thumbs to the back, solar plexus area. So you have your stomach on the left, the liver on the right, but it does press over a little bit to the left. And in fact, the stomach is suspended from the diaphragm and the liver. I'll have a squeeze here. Then the movement we did in standing, the sense of fullness. A full, comfortable stomach. We'll bring the hands down either on the mat or on your legs. And just see if we can circle, leading with these two organs. The other way. And then take a pause. So our butterfly, but your knees wherever they're comfy for you. And we're going to twist in butterfly. So place the hand wherever you want. It's right, front, left, back. And as you do it, you'll kind of find where your placement needs to be. It could be on the feet even, but try not to press too hard on there if it's going to be uncomfortable. And then we're going to twist the other way. We come back. We have a flow for the mixing sense of the stomach, how it mixes things up, as well as releasing enzymes and gastric juices. My feet on? There they are. So we have this wide position. We come back to the sense of churning. We'll let the hands be still, and then we're figure of 8. So we're kind of echoing what we did in standing. We're bringing the hands now to the heart. We are turning to the left. The arms are coming out. Then as they come back together, just let the left leg bend in. The arms then have a sense of wave. From that wave, the hand comes down. We have a lift. If the lift doesn't suit you, just keep the pelvis down and reach. And we come back. We turn over the extended leg and fold. We find our way out. The bent leg lengthens. We return to this fan position. And we're ready to go again. So this sense of churning, taking it in figure of 8, horizontally. We have prayer hands. We turn to the right. We open the arms. As we bring the arms back in, we bend that right leg. The arms then become waves. We're coming back to this right side. So we're reaching through, or lifting. We come back, we turn, and we fold in some way that's appropriate for you. And then we slide our way back up. I'm coming back a little bit so I don't lose my feet, so to speak. So the meridian, and we're tapping down here. Collarbones come out in line with the nipples, down there. Then come back in about 3 fingers width from the navel. Then we're back out. You can see my blue line, not planned, but absolutely down my stomach meridian here. So it comes in right to the edge of the kneecap there. We come all that way down. Outer edge of the second toe, and then we'll just slide our way back up. You're right at the outer edge of that bone there, kneecap, and muscle coming in, back out, coming in, and to the eye. So we have a flow, plays with the front of the body and also the connection of the legs into this, the leg meridians, very potent here at the front. So we're actually coming into the fish upper body particularly. So hands down, lower arms down, drawing the abdominals, and we're going to take the legs up here and starting with the right tap, 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 tap. Then the right leg bends and the left one lengthens. Change, change, change. And just see if you can lower down. Bring the hands to the back of the legs so the feet come over the head. And then we're just going to roll this. You might need the hands underneath your lower back to come up. Here, the legs are lengthened. The right leg either crosses at the ankle or the second toe, and you forward fold. We slowly roll, slide out of this, and we take this right leg. We rock the baby, so the knees in your elbow. The foot can be in your hand. It could even be in your elbow, depending on your flexibility. So, rocking the baby. Some of you might want to try the next one which is to take the shoulder underneath the knee. So basically, you're taking that right arm under, trying to hook that over and have another little rock. That comes down, and then we will try all that on the other side. So palms, lower arms, legs bent. This time we'll start with the left tap, 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 tap. The left leg is coming in, the right lengthens, change, change, change. Coming back, see if you can roll on down. Take hold of the lower leg somewhere and press them over. Then we come back. So you might want 1 or 2 feet down. We're pushing back up. We have those extended legs again. We take the left leg this time. You either cross the ankle or onto the second toe and fold. We come out of this. We create a baby which we rock. So head there. You could have your hand on the foot. You could have the foot into the elbow, whichever one feels appropriate for you. For anyone that wants to have a try, we're going to take the left shoulder this time. I'm going to try and take it underneath the knee. That comes up on top. And you have another little rock. So it actually does look very strange to have a foot kind of coming out of my shoulder. And we'll release from that. And we're going to come on down. The knees are bent. The arms down side the body here. For the front, we are pressing down. We're peeling up. We're going to take the right heel, lift it. You can either stay there, or you might be able to lift the leg. You might even be able to thread it underneath the other. Take it up again, and then back to meet everybody with a lifted heel. And then we bring that down. So the other side, we press down, we peel up through the vertebra. This time it's the left heel that's up. You can stay here. You might want to take the leg up, bent or straight. You might want to try bending and threading and taking back up. And then we all come down. Meet those of us that have the heel only. Back and down. So one more bridge with a leg variation and arm. We are coming back up into the bridge. We are lifting the heels. We're trying now to lace the fingers and bring them up over the head. Then we bring the heels down. We bring the arms down. Try to lace them underneath. Lift up a little bit higher onto the shoulders. Then slowly roll down, but you'll need to release the hands in order to do this. We're taking the feet wide now. The hands to the solar plexus area. Feel into the liver on the right, the stomach on the left. We'll let the hands settle. Then knees to the right, head to left. Keep the hands there, but you're still connecting with this area. And then we change over so the knees come to the left, head to the right, still in contact. Then change the knees one more time to the right. You might want to deepen it by taking the right foot and see if it will come onto the upper outside of the thigh. It may or may not be available for you. Take that off and we come to the other side. So knees to the left, head to the right. You might stay here or you might take the left leg somewhere on the upper right leg. And then we release. From here, we are rolling onto a side. So you organize the side in relationship to your camera visibility. We are connecting into the meridian. We are lengthening the upper arm and leg via the second toe and the ring finger. So we haven't done much of it in the arm, but it extends on the outside of the arm, the ring finger. We're going to bring it in. So this is familiar, but we're adding on. We're taking the leg back. You might stay here, you might take hold and just see if you can deepen the bow. I'm going to do that again. We're taking one arm on top of the other. We're going to slide the top arm forwards and then back along the arm, bending the elbow, sliding through the solar plexus out to a spinal twist, and then all the way back. We have one more of these, sliding. And then back. From here, we come up to our semi-sitting position. Take your time. The top leg, we're going to lift it up. We could support under the knee, or we could support at the foot, whichever feels right for you in relationship to what we're going to do next, which is to lengthen up and bend back. Lengthen up, bend back, lengthen up and bend back. From here, we are coming over into a pigeon. So it will be the right leg there. In it comes. It might be different for you. Depends what angle you did the side position on. You just need to remember that next time it's the other leg. We bring that in. We let the knees come over. We are back down. So we have extending through the ring finger and the second toe. We come back in. We push back, possibly create a connection with the bow through hand and ankle. Come back in, reach, bend, push, possibly connect, and back. One arm on top of the other. Slide forward first, and then back along the arm, coming across the solar plexus into a spinal twist, coming back. One more time, we slide forwards, back, across the solar plexus into a spinal twist. We come on back to the side and let this come into that semi-sitting position. The top leg comes up, support either at knee or foot so that we can lengthen, bend, lengthen, bend, lengthen, bend. And we find our way. So for me, this time it's the left to come into the pigeon and have a little rock here. And then gently release out. Come to our final sitting position, whatever that needs to be for you today. That spine grow up and down simultaneously. Bring the hands to the heart and let the eyes close. So you're listening in to the physical sensations, the tingles, the twitches, the itches, the tightnesses, the loose places. Our internal landscape. Simultaneously, we have the external landscape that we can hear through our ears. We can feel through our skin. How does the air feel for you at this moment? And softly opening the eyes to the light, color, textures and shapes of your external landscape. Thank you very much. So, in your own space, you may be staying here, or you may be making a transition to another space and to something else. I'd like to thank you very much for sharing this satisfying stomach session with you. So once again, thank you very much.